Hey everyone, it's Michael from notefolds.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas tree easel card. And here is the finished card, and you can see on the front we've got this nice Christmas tree all fully decorated for the season, and when the recipient opens it up, it actually folds up into an easel, and you can see the Christmas tree stands up. It makes a very nice statement for someone to put on their desk or on a shelf on the mantle, whatever. You can see we've got a nice sentiment stamp there. So come with me and I'll show you how to make one for yourself. To make the easel card, you'll need a piece of paper that is 4 1/4 by 11. In the same color, you'll need a piece that is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. In a contrasting color, you'll need a piece that is 5 1/4 by 4. In that same color, you'll need a piece that is 4 by 3. You'll need a third color and one piece that is 5 by 3 3/4. And in that same color, one last piece that is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Now, with our 4 1/4 by 11 piece of paper, we're going to score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Now take the 4 1/4 by 11 piece of paper that's been scored, and we'll fold it first at 5 1/2. And you want to make sure that these folds are nice and sharp. And then we'll unfold it, and we'll fold it at the 2 3/4 mark. And again, we're going to use the bone folder to make sure that each of these creases are very sharp. And we'll unfold it. And now we can put this aside to start building the frames. So now we need to build the top part of the card, and we're going to take our 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 piece of paper, our 5 1/4 by 4 piece of paper, and our 5 by 3 3/4 piece of paper. And we'll start with this one, our smaller piece, and let's go ahead and put some tape on that. Just got a brand new tape runner in here, and it's a little sticky. Alright, so we're going to take this and we're going to place it onto our red piece of paper, which is our second largest piece. But instead of centering this like you normally would to make a frame around it, we're actually going to line up the lower edge on these pieces of paper. You want to make sure that your frame is even on the sides, but you can see we're actually lining that right up with the bottom. And you'll see why when we actually put this together. So there you can see we do have a border of the red around it, but we don't have anything showing at the bottom. So let's turn this piece over now and go ahead and tape it. And we're going to take the green piece, this is our largest piece, put that down, and again we're going to line this up on the edge, leaving an even border on the sides. So we'll line that up there. Looks pretty good. So there you can see we don't have anything showing on the bottom. Now we'll take our 4 by 3 piece of paper and our 3 3/4 by 2 3/4 piece of paper and tape these together. So we're going to tape the smaller piece. And again, we're going to line it up with the edge, leaving the border on the sides. I want to make sure that that is fairly well lined up. Okay, so you can see we don't have any of that red showing there. So now we have our pieces mounted together, and what you'll notice is that we have the edges lining up on the short edge of these larger pieces. But on the smaller pieces, we actually have it lined up on the long edge. And the reason for that is when they come together on the easel card, they'll line up like this. So let's go ahead and get these mounted now to the easel base. So now we're going to take the easel base, and it's already been scored, and we're going to turn it over so that we've got the mountain folds pointing up, and we're going to tape on this piece here. So that was our 2 3/4 inch score line, and we're going to just run some tape around the edge there. And then what we'll do is we'll mount our larger piece, and we're going to make sure that that edge that's all lined up is lined up with the edge of the easel card here. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's very important to get these lined up exactly so that way when the easel card is opened, everything lines up nice and neat. So let's make sure that we get a good piece there. Okay, so we're all nice and lined up. You can see that when the card is folded up, it lines up on the bottom, but then when we open it up, it's going to line up in here. So now we need to take our smaller pieces, and we're actually going to tape on these now. So let's run some tape along that. And for this, we're going to make sure that our lined up edges are pointing up towards this, so that when the card is closed, they'll line up. But you'll notice that we need to make sure to kind of match the border around here because we don't have a green piece under here. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's see, I think that looks pretty good. Line it up. So now, when the card is opened, point it like that, you can see that that's going to line up. And we're going to put something on there to hold it open, but you can see that those now line up, and it makes it look like it's one seamless piece. Okay, so now we have the completed easel card base, and you can see that when it's closed, we've got that lined up edge there, and then when it opens, it goes up like this, and it will just sit there. But you can see it's pretty boring right now. There's nothing really going on with it, so it's time to decorate it. And what I'm going to use is this Christmas tree with the ornaments. It's a 34-piece set from Recollections, and I bought this at Michael's. And it's going to look really nice. It's kind of a dimensional piece. You can kind of see that there. So it's going to actually be really nice because it'll pop off of this card. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate it, and then I'll come back and show you the final product. Hey everyone, I'm back, and I've finished decorating my card with the Christmas tree. And what I really liked about this embellishment set that I just want to point out is that you actually get to put the ornaments on the tree yourself. You can kind of see that I'm bending it so you can see the reflection. These are actually stickers on here. So it's really nice to get to trim your own tree. But anyway, on to the main attraction, which is the easel. So when they open it up, you can see we get to place it right on to the base. You turn it, you can see it stands up very nice. Now, something I want to point out is that I added these two gems onto the top of this base piece. And the reason for that is we want the easel to have something to hold it in place. So let me turn this to the side. You can see that that sticks up, and that's what keeps this card from just flopping down like that. So when they get it, they can just rest it up against there. And of course you'll want to write something nice on there. I did a stamp here and some chalk ink. And we'd love to see what you come up with, so make sure to post your own cards in the comments below.